Hey, what's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5 The Phantom X. And this is what I've been waiting on. You guys see, of course, the title, you see what's happening on the thumbnail, and this is going to be Morgana and exactly what he's able to do. Now, this shows all the awarenesses, it shows everything, and I'm a bit late. I think I'm like an hour late or so, maybe a good like 30-40 minutes late here. So we do have translations, so I'll be going over that as well and talking about exactly what's going to happen. But so far, what we're seeing, or at least what we're hearing, he does sound pretty darn good on paper. But with that out of the way, let's get straight into it and show you guys what's going to happen. I want to make sure you can hear this because it is on my desktop. So yeah, I have to actually share my desktop audio rather than anything else here, which is going to be kind of interesting. But let's see how this goes. Sure, this here. All right. Oh, whoopsie! I accidentally paused it. I love the little cute little 2D. What is the way that is of course done in the actual game, but I love like the 2D aspect of it. It's really nice. It's really cool. I always do like the 3D type of storytelling as well, but this is a good callback to the games and stuff, so I do like this as well. Oh, my homie gets to talk to Mesa. Let's go. Okay, so Mona gets to talk to Mesa. That's also a cool thing. We'll take that. We'll take that. Some more interactions. And then, of course, the Joker himself. Okay, so I'm really do hoping that like Mona is truly good. I haven't read everything that he's able to do just yet. So we're both going to be in for a treat, or all of us are going to be in for a treat. That's going to be interesting as well. But let's see how this goes here. Checking it out, of course, Wind Saboteur, nothing too crazy. Dude, this looks so dope, bro. Look at him just chilling, bro. He's just vibing. I really do like they actually did his model in game looking really nice as well. As always, though. Looks cleaner. We got the skill 1 being an AoE move, okay. In which this is the one that we seem to get like a buff or something from. You have the skill 2. Okay, nothing too crazy, a little debuff there as well. And then the skill 3. Now I do notice he has a beat function on him as well, so it does seem like all the characters are in some way, somehow going to use a beat function, and that's so sick. I won't even lie. Hold on, wait, what the flip is that? Extra turn? Oh, he transforms into the car. That's what they meant by transform. Oh, that's cool. That's actually kind of cool. I won't lie. All right, sick ult. Sick ult. I do like that, of course. Looking at the weapon here, doesn't seem anything like I know. Oh, but he has his little stage. He has his own little stage. That's actually so cute. All right, the vibe. All right. I'm really getting down with Mona right now. He's pretty cool looking. And we'll read all the awarenesses and stuff afterwards here. So we'll get into that, the nitty gritty stuff as well. But the AOA coming in hot. Lovely AOA. I do like it. All right, fantastic. Character overall looks like he's going to be very fun and interesting to play. So as you guys already know, we got to break it down. We got to go over it. We got to see what's actually cracking. So let me go ahead and make sure my desktop audio and everything is muted. I'm going to scroll up in chat because I think some people have already translated certain things here, but it might just be, yeah, it looks like it's only the awareness information that I have currently, which this is going to all be thanks not to myself, this is going to be thanks to the worldwide Discord. They have all the things that we need to see as well. But oh wait, no, they do. Okay, they showed everything. So if we're gonna go back here and we want to check out exactly what the character does do here. I want to start from the beginning, wherever they actually started talking about the guy. Here it is. So started talking about him. Of course, this is where we have, of course, the A0 talk, the commenters talk here. And this is mainly just talking about how Mona is. Well, at A0, which before we get into the first skill, A0 being called Swaying Cyclone, Mona Starlight is able to additionally inflict X amount of stacks of wind exhaustion. Now this is going to be through casting persona skills on foes. This effect can be triggered up to 1 time each turn. And if there are no other wind attribute allies in the team, this effect has a 1 turn cooldown after entering the battle / each trigger. Now, if you guys don't know exactly where I'm reading this at here, I'm actually gonna go ahead and put it on the screen here as well. And as you can see, it seems like the A0 is gonna be pretty interesting as well. Now, wind exhaustion is a total defense decrease by a certain percent of a certain amount here for 1 turn up to X amount of stacks. Now, the effect itself can be considered as windswept. I think a lot of people were calling it super windswept or something like that. So it is kind of interesting to see that going. Now the S1, which we did see, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the video here. The S1 looks something like this, which is an AoE seeming to be like buff by the looks of it, because we do get something down here. But it's an AoE wind attack here, and it does a different amount of damage to all the foes, permanently increasing our attack. So yes, it is a buff of a sort when dealing wind attribute damage. So he is going to be a major wind buffer. Now, this is going to be based on Mona's attack percentage, and Starlight will permanently be able to inflict double the amount of wind exhaustion. So super windswept will be done double. Then we have to talk about the second skill. Now, the second skill here, I didn't really get a good look at it. It also is another AoE move here itself. From the looks of it, we get some type of crown stack or debuff on them, as well as kind of like a damage taken debuff, in which how it is talked about on the S2 is called Gentleman's Signet. Now, this allows him to do wind damage equal to a certain percent of attack on foes. After this skill is casted for the first time, Mona Starlight will additionally increase all the foes' damage taken permanently. Now, that's actually pretty cool because there's not many permanent debuffs in the game. I think we have like Mitsuru as well, and that I hope this is a really good debuff. But this scales on his attack up to a certain percentage and has a certain percent of wind exhaustion stacks that will last permanently. Now, wherever other foes appear, it will apply to them as well. So let's say I kill a couple foes that are ads and now a boss appears, it goes to the boss, which is pretty darn cool. Then we have the skill 3, which is called Whirlwind Waltz. Now, this looks like this one. We did see it a little bit the last video as well. And I did say it probably has some type of damage taken increase of a sort, because just going off of inferences of based on the status effects themselves, it looked like this here. And obviously we see a couple things being the crown earlier. Now, this has me very interested to see exactly how this is really going to pan out, because for what it does a physical damage, which is kind of interesting, meaning he actually might be helpful for Aegis as well too, but it's only physical damage. It doesn't particularly mean it's going to be good for Aegis, but it does wind damage by a certain percent on all foes. This has a certain amount of wind exhaustion stacks. He will then turn into the car state, and this skill can be enhanced based on the rhapsodic beats. Now, after he enhances this skill, physical damage and wind damage multiplier is increased and can dispel positive effects from the foes. So pretty much it is a buff dispeller. Now, the cat card charge does a special skill called Bang. After casting Bang itself, he will deal 1 instance of wind, and Bang is seen as a persona skill. Now, he cannot cast any other persona skills when under this said state, and this allows him to deal more physical damage equal to his attack percent to all foes. And then when scoring a critical attack, it will shred down gauges, increase down vulnerability stacks to all the foes themselves. And whenever we take wind attribute damage, or the enemies do, it increases this down vulnerability even more so. It then inflicts them with wind vulnerability, and the skill can be enhanced by rhapsodic beats as well, which after enhancing this, physical damage and wind damage multiplier is increased and can dispel even more positive effects, which is insane. So this man is going to have a lot of aspects that are dispelling buffs, making him very unique, because I don't think there's many characters that dispel buffs on enemies, meaning we're probably going to be entering a new meta or a new type of deal with bosses later on that are probably going to have buffs on them quite often, and we're going to need to strip those off. So he might be very, very useful. Then we have the highlight. Now the highlight we saw briefly, which was here. And if we go ahead and see, this is the car form that we talked about. He transforms, and obviously he's going to hit them straight up, knock them down a little bit, get some decent hits on. But then we have the highlight. He does a little bit of a dance here. Summons his persona as always. Huge Cyclone comes out and he shoots his slingshot dead at Cyclone, dealing some crazy nice damage here, or at least some debuffs, not damage. And I do like how that looks as well. Now from the highlight itself here, if we look at it, it does win damage based on his attack to all foes, increases damage taken and win damage taken, and then recovers our HP. So he does have an heal as well. So this character is not a virtuoso character, but he does a lot of debuffing. He's able to, of course, take away buffs, which is interesting as well, consider it as a debuff, and he can actually heal. So that is pretty interesting to see what they have. The weapon itself, called Candy Craver here, has a crit damage buff, and then when entering the cat car stage, he permanently increases this, making this weapon insanely good. And then he has two passive, being Wing Wind. Whenever he is afflicting foes with wind exhaustion, he has a % chance to double the crit rate of the attack. And then Surge Storm, whenever he is on the field, all wind allies deal more % damage, and their damage dealt towards foes reduced to 1 defense is increased. So we're able to, of course, deal more damage if the foe is down to 1 defense. And then this effect increases the amount of pin and defense down that the windswept can actually cause as well. So that's pretty darn interesting. Now that's just the regular amount of things regarding that side of it. There is more, and that is going to be like a little bit more regarding what's it called? The awarenesses, which we're going to get to in a second. I want to first cover my screen though, because I do know sometimes people be chatting up craziness in the chat here. So I want to make sure ain't nothing crazy being said here. But checking out the awarenesses here. Boom. Let's go ahead and see right here. We have the awarenesses being a 1 exquisite entry steps. Whenever Mona Starlight first turn begins, he automatically casts Cyclone Flurry, and this permanently increases crit damage, making the A1 actually really good, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. What is it called? A2, let me warm it up. Whenever Mona Starlight knocks down a foe, he increases his persona skills here. Through persona skills, he increases all allies attack, and it's increased based by a percentage, and crit damage is also increased by a percentage for 1 whole turn. A4 highlights going to get increased, of course, increasing the foe's damage taken, as well as win attribute damage taken. Always cool. Changes the damage taken effect duration to permanent, and which is also cool. And the healing effect is now able to crit, which makes A4 actually really, really busted. And then A6 versatile performance. This now allows him, whenever his turn ends, to go ahead and cast Gentleman's Signet, aka the skill 3 if I'm right. And whenever entering the cat car's charge state, he will go ahead and upgrade Gentleman's Signet to Gentleman's Signet Fever. And all this does is increases the down vulnerability to foes and the win attribute total damage taken by a certain amount for 1 whole turn. So the character himself sounds very good. He sounds insanely busted, and I really do like how they ended up doing the character. He's definitely going to be a cool unit to see and a cool unit to really get to play here. And I also just love the AOA. Let's be honest. It's fantastic on how they did it. But you guys let me know what y'all think about Mona. Are you excited for him? Are you not excited for him? And until next time, everybody, stay sharp and peace out.